the positive stresses. Up until now, we have been focusing our attention on how to eliminate the negative stresses, both physical and emotional, that can activate the FAT programs. These are the stresses that trick your body into thinking it needs to be fat in order to protect you. But just as your body can be tricked into thinking it needs to be fat, it can just about easily be tricked into thinking, I need to be thin. As far as weight is concerned, stress can be a good thing or a bad thing. That's why stress will make some people fatter and some people thinner. With mental and emotional stresses, it often depends on the way your brain interprets stress. However, there are some stresses where the brain interprets it in a different way. We need to be thinner in order to survive. Or put it more fundamentally, get thin and get eaten. Exercise, the best stress of them all, make your body want to be thin. Exercise is valuable, not because it burns calories, but because if done correctly, it can actually make your body want to be thin. Everyone knows exercise burns calories, but simply burning calories is useless if all it does is make you hungrier. If you burn more calories, but you also need to eat food, the net effect is zero. Input and output. From a weight loss perspective, the calories you burn during exercise are only very minor consideration compared with the many other positive benefits of exercise. In fact, focusing on calorie burning aspect of exercise can be discouraging and demoralizing. At the gym, there is an aerobic machine, and that's supposed to be able to tell you how many calories you actually burned. But finally, when I use it, I feel discouraged because I'm amazed to see how fewer calories I burnt that day. In reality, the machine can't possibly calculate how many calories I burnt during the workout, since it knows nothing about what is happening at a biomechanical level inside my body. The machine is only measuring calories in terms of mechanical work I'm doing, which is based on the calculation of my age and my body. This number is truly meaningless. A body with twice as much as muscle can burn more calories, and vice versa. Even if the measures were to be accurate, it would be no indication of how much fat you are burning. So stop running after the numbers and start being real about all the benefits that you're going through. How the right exercise makes your body want to be thin. Your body wants to be thin when it thinks that it must be thin in order to survive. If you were living in an environment where there were man-eating animals chasing you, and every couple of days or so, you had to run to escape from being eaten, your body would understand that you need to be thin and fast, and that the thinner you are, the safer you are. Even having 1 ounce of fat could be the difference between life and death. The right exercise can actually ambush your body into thinking that you're living in such an environment. It will make your body want to be thin and want to be as fit as it can. The right exercise is to deactivate the FAT program. So stop running after variety of workouts alone and start choosing programs that are going to deactivate your FAT switch. You can take control of this survival response and exploit it as a tool to make your body to be thin. The right exercise isn't simply about a calorie burning device. The right type of exercise turns off your FAT program. And here's the good news, you don't have to exercise excessively. Don't exercise longer, just exercise smarter. It's about balancing out the intensity and the duration of any workout. You don't have to do something for an entire hour. Leisure walking is great because it does burn calorie, increases your blood sugar, it increases your blood circulation, your cardio fitness, and it strengthens your muscles. I recommend it, and I do not mean to belittle it, but if you want to be thin, and if your primary objective is to make your body want to be thin, then walking can be a great exercise. But when you're going for a walk, the way you maximize your walk is to periodically increase your speed once in a while. So supposing you're going for a walk for say 1.5 hours, instead of having the same pace every 10 minutes or 15 minutes, increase the pace for about a minute and then bring it down. It is much better to go for a pace, leisure pace, and then interval, and at small intervals increase the intensity. It is those brief periods when you're moving your body faster, you're actually going into the survival mode. And when you go into the survival mode, the body feels that it is less at risk and it starts burning calories and it takes you into the thin mode. So the next time you guys go for a walk for 10-15 minutes and then do a brisk walk for 1 minute and see the difference.